TWM Podcast.
Not sure what time you're going to be listening to this, but it's definitely on Saturday, and this is definitely Smack Talk. This is an unfamiliar voice to you. I used to do Saturdays all the time, and then I was shoved around a lot, and then I was doing Saturdays when I wasn't expecting to do Saturdays. And why am I rambling? I'm rambling because I'm hungover. I got very, very intoxicated with the owner of this operation. This is TWM Wrestling. This is Smack Talk. Welcome. We're going to discuss the joyous show that was SmackDown yesterday. And joining me is a more familiar voice to you. Joining me is Tracy, the wonderful Tracy. How are you, Tracy?
Well, everyone calls me Smiley. No one called me by my real name. No, we don't do real names. We don't do shoot names around here.
No shoot names. All right, fine. Sorry. I'm sorry about that.
No shoot names.
No shoot names. No shoot name.
You're good.
I'm good. All right, Smiley. That's good. That's fine. I've literally got somebody who's so optimistic and sunshiny that the name that she goes by is Smiley. So I can literally just kind of wallow in how terrible I feel.
Trust me, if I would have went out last night, I would have felt the same way you feel.
The funny thing is, we didn't even go.
Because tequila is a bitch.
You know what? There was no tequila involved, but there was some rum, there was some whiskey, there was
you guys know how to party in the UK.
Like honestly, just there was a lot done, and there was a thing called an honesty room, and let's not talk about that. TWM podcast. TWM podcast. You know what? I'm just gonna let the laughter ride out because I've got to do some admin. TWM podcast are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips, and allows you to book front row seats so you don't miss a thing. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK, and check out WeLoveSport.co, which still doesn't sound like a real website to me, but it actually works. Also, go and check out WrestleCrate. Use the code TWM Wrestling for a free autographed item when you sign up for a monthly box. Use TWM Wrestling at WrestleCrate.co.uk, and that is a full website which also works. There, admin done. Smiley, are you ready to dissect this truly riveting episode of SmackDown, which we both totally didn't fall asleep during?
Yes, let's do this.
We are breaking ground because we have a brand new number one contendership for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and it's someone everyone expected it to be, right? Smiley, you totally expected it to be this person.
Definitely. Yeah. I totally expected it to be Carmella. Definitely. That I wrote her down in my notes. Carmella. Carmella.
The prediction is right there. I mean, I've got some thoughts on it, but there's other facts. Carmella is your new number one contender, but however, when you watch this match in the main event of SmackDown, it's wonderful to see actually these women show out in the main event. Top story, can't be beat. Honestly thought they were going to pull something with somebody else, and we'll cover that too, but they were right there. They ended the show. This match was all about Naomi though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Y'all know I am the biggest Naomi stan. If you did not know that, you know that now. I am a huge Naomi stan. It's a little crazy.
Well, do you want to break down her performance today? Well, yesterday even.
Yes, I do. Naomi was the star of that match. She was the only one who actually got an entrance, if y'all did not know this. She was the only one who got an entrance out of all the girls. Not even Little Miss Alexa Bliss got an entrance, and everyone was talking about her last night because she got a new song by Bowling for Soup or something like that, which I thought it was stupid. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was corny.
I'd just like to interject here. I'm covering for Matty, who is away doing stuff in real life. How dare he? And he is one of the biggest Bowling for Soup fans I've ever met. So can't wait for you two to do the podcast together again.
I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm sorry. I just didn't like the song. I'm sorry. I just thought it was dumb.
But it's interesting you say that Alexa Bliss didn't get an entrance because she was the only one who was given a promo, and that promo teased a run-in that we never really got. So what was the point of that promo? Was it just to fill time? Am I wrong? Time filler? Yeah.
Because God was...
Yeah, but like... we got to the match, and the story that you thought was going to be told was that Naomi was going to get a shot. Yeah. Anyway, Carmella, number one contender.
Here's the thing. I'm kind of actually glad Naomi did not win, because apparently this number one contendership, like this match, is going to happen in Saudi Arabia. So I'm just like, well, I'm glad, because that means Naomi does not have to dime down her entrance or her gear, because you know how the Saudis are out there and their rules against women. So they can go out there, Bayley and Carmella, you go do your thing. You go do your thing. Naomi's going to wait for her Mania moment.
Well, yeah, like all Carmella needs to do is wear some actual colored tights under the leotard that she usually wears, and she's good for Arabian TV. Bayley's gear is fairly conservative anyway. That makes sense for their token women's match, and I sincerely hope that they fly out and fly back completely safely. Also, this feud could be really, really good, because everybody knows who Bayley's other best friend is, right?
That is Carmella.
Yes.
Her other bestie, her NXT bestie before Sasha.
No, like, you know, yeah, exactly. Her NXT bestie was Carmella, so they can do something here. Do you have faith that they're gonna do something here, Smiley? No, neither do I.
Not even in the slightest. Not in the slightest.
What's next? Who's next?
Oh, God.
This is what I thought they were going to do. Like, they kept putting vignettes in the show, and I was just like, this is exactly when Edge is going to come back. This isn't going to main event, is it? Jeez. Like, fair enough, he couldn't main event because Goldberg wasn't even there. Couldn't even be bothered to turn up. Like, if you're going to challenge for the Universal title, like, at least turn up in it. But anyway, yeah.
I just want to know why.
Yeah, like...
Why? Why?
So, yeah, who's...
Have you not seen Goldberg's other match?
Let's get into this in a fairly structured manner, all right? we can sit here and be like, why? But why? Like, afterwards.
Okay.
Just who's next? The Fiend, apparently. Goldberg is basically challenging for the Universal title. He mentions Brock Lesnar, but he says the wrestler's got his hands full with some Young Bucks over on Raw. Now that's just put a really weird match in my head. Give me a moment. But he never got his rematch for the Universal title. So, Bray Wyatt is next, and Bray Wyatt interrupts, pretending to be a newsreader, or something. It was just quite odd, and he accepts the challenge, and everything is great. And I personally, I've got a lot to say. Now is the time where we sit down and go, why?
All right. Why? But why? Just no. You couldn't think of. I know you got to go into Saudi Arabia, but no. Goldberg.
They could have done Spear versus Spear. They could have done...
Did you not watch the other match?
Of course we did. But, who's looking forward to this match? Oh, Lord! Oh, no! Not me! I've got... Bray Wyatt's thing is that he takes things from people, and that's something else that we got to cover. Like, this is the thing. I appreciate that both Raw and SmackDown are trying to intertwine their story threads a little bit more. They're trying to make everything feel like a bit of a universe, and people aren't just in a bubble having a feud. It's nice. I like that. But, if Bray Wyatt's thing is taking things from people, what is he going to take from Bill Goldberg? Smiley, what do you think? What is...
It's fair.
What? His what?
He's going to take his
spear. He's going to take his spear.
His spear.
Oh,
you know
right.
No, his spear.
He's going to take his spear. My theory is that possibly the only thing that Bray Wyatt could take from Goldberg, because it's going to be really difficult, because Wyatt's entire thing is mind games, and Goldberg's just not going to turn up. The only thing that he can take is maybe his career. But it's a really odd retirement match. You know what would have been a more appropriate retirement match? After the last one, you know, the amazing 5-star
Matt Riddle.
Have you not heard the reports? The reports are that Vince McMahon doesn't like Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle apparently has huge heat because he believes that Matt Riddle has no respect for the hierarchy of the company.
Doesn't like Goldberg. Like Matt Riddle has a mouth on him. Like he's not the one to stay quiet. Like that's just it. That's just Matt Riddle. He does not stay quiet for nothing at all. Like you should see him when he comes out the Full Sail. When the cameras go off, that man is like he's the same on camera as he is off.
Like I have met Matt Riddle, and yes he is. I too have met Matt Riddle. Yes he is. I'm getting ready to tell you about that one time. There was a pub. We nearly watched the House of Horrors together, which loops nicely back to Bray Wyatt thing. The only thing that Bray Wyatt could possibly take off Goldberg is career. But anyway, I'm looking forward to.
Man, this is a retirement match. Fine with it. Yeah, please, fine. No more.
Honestly, after it went so well for Goldberg the last time he took on a big guy with a supernatural gimmick in Saudi Arabia, right? Anyway, I'm looking forward to this high work rate 45-minute classic.
45
high work rate.
It's not gonna go on lastly past 15.
No.
TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips and allows you to book front row seats, giving you the best views of the action. You can also check out what sports are being shown over the next 7 days, making sure you don't miss a second of the action. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK and check out welovesport.co.
TWM podcasts have joined forces with WrestleCrate, the original and best monthly wrestling subscription service to bring you a fantastic deal. Now, if you use the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up to a monthly subscription at WrestleCrate.co.uk, you will receive a free autographed item inside your first crate. Now, WrestleCrate brings you the best swag from the biggest companies and names in the wrestling world. We're talking t-shirts, photos, pins, DVDs, vinyl figures, and loads more from WWE, Progress, Shakara, NXT, Fight Club Pro, and loads more. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk and use the code TWM Wrestling for a free autographed item, all thanks to WrestleCrate and TWM.
Someone's back's gonna go out. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real
meanwhile,
bad.
The smile on Big E's face because he's getting what he wanted. He said he wanted on this podcast. He's getting big sweaty men slapping meat.
I love Big E. Oh my God. Can we talk about Big E last night? I don't know if anybody caught that.
We can yeah.
I don't know if anybody caught what.
Yeah, it's the next thing we're talking about. So that's a nice little thing. This one's called Once Upon a Time in Saudi Arabia. And you know what? I'm actually going to give props to their competitors here. The Miz and Morrison, they've not missed a beat in terms of promo. They're just right on it. And I don't know if I'm genuinely. I think I missed their first run, but I'm genuinely happy that they seem to be having a great time. That trailer was great.
This is just dramatic as all hell.
Yeah, but that was the.
She's like, God damn, man.
Yep. And you know what? John Morrison claiming that the Academy are well educated when reports are emerging that they couldn't be bothered to watch Parasite because of subtitles is great heel work.
That cheap heat, that real cheap heat.
Yeah. Him saying, "Oh, we're not playing you the full movie because we're playing it for the Academy and they're real." But I just find that very, very ironic. And then the New Day come out, and we can talk about that line if you want.
I don't know. Okay, I have to. Okay, on Twitter, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of white people had no idea what he was talking about.
Well, I'm gonna say, I think that must be your ass because it ain't your face. I need a. No.
Yes, that song. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's the song. I'm gonna put this out here. White people. He was talking about when Nelly put a credit card between a black girl's ass cheeks. That's what he was talking about. If you guys have watched Nelly's tip video, go watch
it. This is before the days of the days of chip and pin. It's before the days of contactless. Nelly was just out here wilding.
If you guys have never heard of BET Uncut, you guys have missed a whole generation of people. Look, I used to watch BET Uncut as a teenager. I shouldn't have, but I did. There was the grime artist out here, Skepta, who released that that video that was straight up porn. This is the thing. BET Uncut, that's softcore. My guy went out, hired 2 porn actresses and a place, and then just got them to just all over there. Yeah, thanks.
The song was called All Over the House, and he was just there in the corner rapping while they were. Yep.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
we thought now he's out here
exactly.
Nope.
Yeah, you know what? This is a weird tangent. Let's bring it back. Basically, Miz and Morrison claimed that they've got the New Day's number. They've been all over the New Day. They're incredible. And out come the Usos. Are the Usos the next challenger, or are they just going to have are Miz and Morrison going to have a little mini feuds to kill time between now and Saudi Arabia when the New Day drop the belts?
All right. I really just want a triple threat between the Usos, John Morrison and the Miz, and the New Day, because the New Day and the Usos can put on a hell of a match.
We've seen it
3-4 times already.
Honestly, it's just my favorite feud of all time. Just one of them. It's up there. Usos New Day was brilliant.
John Morrison back, I kind of want to see how this goes. Yeah. I just want to see how this goes.
For me, Miz and Morrison walk into Mania champions. I don't know what the match is. I'd love the New Day to hold it forever, but that's just not wrestling, and it's not really all that dramatic, is it?
I'll shut up about Kofi losing his championship, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Oh, that is a discussion, that 100%. Someone might have an article about Kofi Kingston coming out this week. Anyway, you know what? This is the right place to plug it. This is the TWM Wrestling Podcast. And on TWM Wrestling, we got articles. I forgot to say that in the intro. Yeah, we got written stuff out there as well. Go into twmwrestle.com. Go see it. Lots of articles out there that you'd like to read. Other news, the other stuff that happened. Sammy's stable is now brought to you by the letter L.
Is Sammy not wrestling? I don't get it. Why is he not wrestling?
Sammy,
is he injured?
Apparently he was injured and he's been cleared, and now it's just you're talking about cheap heat. This is the cheapest heat of all. Arguably the greatest wrestler on the planet is refusing to wrestle at all.
Just being a mouthpiece and pissing everybody off.
Not even being a good mouthpiece, because how do you let Cesaro lose to Elias?
I wasn't mad. I mean, I love Cesaro, but I love Elias.
Yeah, well, like, no, in terms of pure wrestling ability, though, if you're a heel manager, you make sure that Elias doesn't do anything. So, like Nakamura losing to Braun is understandable, and a little, you know, you can't fight a force of nature. And, like, you know, he decided that his team needed a bit more muscle. So who did he turn to? The Revival, who, I don't know, are they lonely or something? You know, like, they're just always, like, floating around some sort of heel stable as, like, the other guys, you know? They were floating around Corbin for a bit, but then, like, Ziggler and Rude were a thing, and those two lost to the Usos really quickly. It's not really worth talking about that match. But,
yeah, I feel bad for, you know, the poor Revival. Revival. We're not going to see them anymore. They said no to the money. We're not going to see them anymore. They're
you say that, but they helped chop down Braun. So who knows? I see some handicap squashes in their future. The next thing, Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin, 675,204 is in a steel cage.
Just let this be the end of it. I'm so scared. Just let it be done. Let it be done.
I do want to give it props. They have attempted to try and make this the story for SmackDown. It has roots in the very first episode of on Friday Night SmackDown. Which is great if you think about it, but like the execution's off. Like, can we dead it, please?
You put it in the dog food. I was done. I was like, dog food? Really? What? Dog food at that?
Smiley, I've got a question for you. Do you have any idea what puppy play is?
Is that like a dog food? Or
you know
something?
What?
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And you know what? We're just going to leave that there. Shout out to my co-host on Tuesdays, Tom, who Googled it in the middle of a podcast, and I'll never let him forget it.
Oh God! Now I have to Google it, and now I'm probably gonna like.
Smiley, I don't know you that well, but don't. Yeah.
Okay. Put my phone down.
This next bullet point, I'm just going to read it out. I'm just going to read it out and just let it breathe. Daniel, no, stop that. He has kids. Remember the Nexus.
Beautiful.
And
no, that's exactly what I said when I saw him on TV. I was like, no, Daniel, he has kids.
Yeah, he has kids, no. Daniel, he has kids. And there's one last thing to cover on SmackDown this week, which is worth talking about, and that is that Apollo Crews is still with the company. He lost to Sheamus in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, I just want to know why are you having this man lose to Sheamus on Black History Month?
Yeah,
excuse me.
Yeah,
no,
yeah. At least Sheamus doesn't have the mohawk anymore.
True. He's just still pasty white. Dear God, go get a tan, man.
You know what? Let's just move on. So that is it. We have come to the end of SmackDown. We have summed it up. And I'm going to open up the floor to Smiley. No shoot names here. Smiley, I do a thing called Any Other Business, where I give you the floor and you can talk, and I will only interrupt. I'll interrupt eventually, but generally this is your time to get anything that is on your chest off your chest. So, Smiley, do you have any other business?
I'll make it quick. If WWE, Vince, if you want to make the fans happy, let Naomi have her Mania moment one-on-one with Bayley, and let her have a great title run. None of that BS 3-month crap and then drop it to Natty. No. Let her have a great title run like you did the man, Becky Lynch, who's had a very boring year. Yes, I said it. She had a boring year, and I'm sick of it.
Okay.
Let her have a great title run.
Okay.
And then let it be done. Okay. That's it. Let her have a great title run. That is it. That is all I want.
Fair enough. You know what? That's a yeah. There's a lot to unpack there, but it's your any other business. My any other business is relatively simple. Brian Kendrick and Daivari beat Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch by DQ. The Singh brothers squashed some guys, and Jordan Devlin is still your cruiserweight champion after beating Tony Nese and Leo Rush, and that's it. 205 Live's done. I didn't watch it. No one watches it. It's for feds. Anyway.
Jeez.
No, like, you know, you weren't here, man. You weren't here in the dark days when we had to sum up all of the week's wrestling in one podcast that used to run for 2.5 hours. You weren't here during those times when they were like, "Why didn't you watch 205 Live, Joe? It's a really good show, Joe." Nah, man, it's for feds.
Those poor guys.
Look, all really talented guys, but half the time I can just see half these guys on NXT anyway. Great. Anyway.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Anyway, Smiley. Well, yes, this has been Smack Talk. We are part of the TWM Wrestling Network. We basically have podcasts out every week and so on and so every week, every day. We've got some really, really good stuff coming up for you. Yeah, can't remember any of the stuff coming off the top of my head. We've also got written articles and news, reviews, all of that good stuff. We are at TWM Wrestle on every platform, every social media platform. Please follow us. Yeah, definitely follow the official site. Smiley, what is your Twitter? Time to plug. And
Find my Twitter at Smiley Baby Boo. That is Smiley BABI Boo. I talk a lot of crap, so if you can't take it, please don't follow me because I will hurt your feelings.
No, I really enjoy your Twitter account.
A lot of people can't. Like, I've had literally random people block me for no reason. I'm just like, why are you blocking me? Like, is it my mouth? I was a smart ass mouth.
Yeah,
sorry.
The Twitter, my Twitter is at Emily No Mates, who I'm plugging because she may or may not have agreed to do a Brit Rest themed dating show. I'm so confused. I'm so very confused. You can ask May about that next time when he's back from doing real life things, which is offensive. How dare he? Everyone, this has been Smack Talk. Goodbye.